As you can see behind me, we've got the world's fastest 6R. We are here at Lethal Motorsport in the northern suburbs of Pretoria. It's actually just down the road from me. As you can see, my car is in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but my car is in there. We are busy working on my car as well here at the shop, but today is going to be all about this car. We'll interview Gerrit and Divan shortly. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, today we are here in the northern suburbs of Pretoria, home of the world's fastest 6R. We are here with Gerrit, who's the pilot of the 6R. Gerrit, how are you doing, bud? Good man. Tell us about this car. I know there's a lot of controversy on the internet, people saying they don't believe this is the fastest 6R. Tell us, what do you know about the record? What's the previous record? What's the best time you ran with the car? Tell us all about it.
Well, we thought at the beginning it was a 10.5. The guys in Australia ran that with a Golf 6R.
10.5 quarter mile.
Yeah, 10.5. But afterwards we found out that in Greece they ran way faster than that, 10.1.
Okay.
So we couldn't claim anything yet as we ran the 10.3. But afterwards we went out, we changed a couple of things here, injectors, and well, that we'll come back to later. But and then we ran a 10.05.
10.05 at 225.
Actually, the 10.5 I ran 2 years back. Now we did a couple of changes with the injectors. I ran 10.2, 10.1, 10.2 a couple of times. So yeah, I think the 10.0 will be back up with the 10.1 I did.
Okay, so you've ran 10.5, 10.3, 10.2, 10.1, 10.05, multiple low 10-second passes. Unfortunately, on the day, if you guys didn't hear it, on the day we ran at 10.05, the track set on fire. I think it was right after lunchtime. Yes. So we missed half a day's racing. Yeah, we missed half a day's racing, so we couldn't continue racing that day, and I'm pretty sure you would have backed it up, if not run a 9-second. Let me ask you, since you ran the 10.0, what changes did you make, or what's your plans to reach a 9-second? Because I know that's your goal, is to go into the 9s. What steps are you going to take to get there?
What we changed is we went to PE a few months back. We did a 10.1 there as well at the coast. We didn't change anything except the map for the altitude there. We came back here with the same map. We just added the HPA aluminium intake, and then we boosted it almost 3 bar yesterday. So that will probably get us into the 9s, if not faster.
I'm pretty sure we'll get the 9s. So that the car made 762 horsepower, 877 Newton meters on all 4 wheels, a GST dyno. Wat was hy? Wat gaan jy nou?
Hy was 2.7 bars.
Nie bad nie, jy wil net 520 maak. When we took the car to the dyno yesterday, I couldn't help but notice, or actually when we drove it on the road as well, I couldn't help but notice this car revs 8,000 RPM, which is quite a bit higher. What did they normally rev? 6.5, 6,000 thereabouts?
The stock one is about
6.2 about, so this is about 2,000 RPM extra. What is in here that makes it go 10.0 second quarter mile and 8,000 RPM and 3 boost as well, 3 ball boost? That's what we pushed on the dyno. So what's in here to make that happen?
Starting from the bottom up onwards, we've got a set of JE low compression pistons, stock size 82.5 mil. We've got a PEC HP rods, rated 4,000 horsepower. So now from there on, very much it's not on the head a lot. We did a Supertech rev kit. So starting with titanium valves, titanium retainers and stronger valve springs from Supertech, making it capable of revving 8,000 RPM.
Is 8,000, is that the limit, or can you push it more if you want?
We can push it, we can go about 8.7.
8.7, so 8,000 is still very safe,
yes,
if I can put it like that.
We're trying to keep it safe, like we say, it's a daily driver, so we want to do what we have to with it.
Yeah.
Then we have got a lot of fueling upgrades on this car because the stock fueling system is not good at all.
Yes.
We got a roller bearing kit with the bigger cam gear to get more pressure into the engine. We got on the gearbox side we have the TBS Stage 3 600 Nm clutches. We're exceeding their clutches power now. So it's still lasting, I don't know for how long.
Okay.
And then we've got a DSG cooler made by us in-house.
If I can ask you like this, is there something that will allow you to handle more power after this TVS Stage 3 kit? Is there something bigger and better that you can go to?
No, you have to go to a different gearbox on the RS3, the DQ500.
Okay, so if this doesn't last, you're gonna have to look at the DQ500. I hope you started saving for that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a cheap upgrade. It will be worth it, I believe, because then you can actually do front wheel drive burnouts, I believe. Will you be able to?
We're looking into buying a Haldex controller, then with this gearbox we can also do this.
Okay, so you can do it on this gearbox as well to get the Haldex controller. So then another thing, tell us the difference between your street and the track setup, because I see the car now has a full interior, it's got the night kings on, it's actually in the exact trim that I detailed it a couple of weeks ago. If you guys did not see that video, I'll link it up here, you can go and check it out. But tell us the difference between when you go to the track and when you drive it every day, because this is a daily driver Golf. It gets driven to the shop, back home every single day. So what's the difference between the two setups?
Well, to start at the front, what we do is we remove the filter, we put a turbo guard there for more air, because we obviously want to boost after the day. Then going to the suspension, I just lift up the back about 20-25 more for the squat and traction. Front I leave like it is because we got a perfect setup. I don't want to adjust anything on it. I put the 4 Goodyear slits on it, 17-inch 245s. Remove the street tires, and inside we just remove all the seats. I got one lightweight bucket seat that we fit, and no door panels removed, dash, everything's still.
So that's the only thing you remove between the track and the street is the seats, and you put in one bucket seat. No other things gets removed. Still got the radio, still got the aircon, everything. We drove this car to the dyno yesterday, which was about 60-70 k's from us. We drove it there and back. Aircon blasting on full blast, radios on. This is a great daily driver.
The plan on this car was never to do what we are doing on it. We started at running 11s, and things went only downwards from there. We ran about 11.5, I think. And the turbo I had.
How long ago was this though?
This was in early 2017 and 2016.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it didn't take you long to get here.
No, no.
That long.
Yes.
If I can put it
Before
like
that, it took me a while to get into the 11.5s, but
Yeah.
afterwards we started to figure out the setup and see what we can do to move
Yeah.
forward. And then the bug bit, we went to a precision turbo for the first time, the 6062.
Is that
On
what's
the
still on the
stock-
car now?
No, that's not.
Different turbo on the car at the moment.
So the stock clutches, we did 110.9 run at Dalton. The stock clutches said we're out, we're not handling this. So that was at the end of 2017. Begin
Okay.
2018, we put the TBS clutches in, and then we ran the first run out, day out, we ran 10.5 on the car with the same setup.
Exactly the same setup, just changing the
Just
clutches,
changing the
going
clutches.
from a 10.9 to a
And
10.5.
then obviously the stage 3 TBS
Software, yeah.
So after then, we just went began getting.
Yeah.
So we added a bigger turbo now, but there's plans in the future to put an even bigger one. Because we are maxing it out at the moment.
Is it
Yeah.
close to being
We
maxed out?
spoke to a couple of guys, the horsepower we have is about maxed out.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about that. So if you go with a bigger turbo, I know everyone's going to ask this. I already know the answer to this, but everyone else on the internet always asks this. How's the turbo lag going to be on a bigger turbo? Everyone is curious to know because everyone thinks the bigger you go, the more turbo lag you have. In theory, you are correct, but explain to us how it works.
Well, the turbo we are going for has got a bit more lag than this one, around 500 RPM speed later. But like I said, we still have 500 RPM in the bag at the end of the day.
Yes,
moving it harder.
going to 8,500
Yes.
RPM then.
So we'll see when we get there what we are going to do about that. But even if I don't have to do it at 8,000, we'll put it, it's trial and error. So we need to put it in to find out what we need to achieve.
Yes, and another thing, guys, you need to remember this is a drag race car. So on the street it will be laggy, but on the track you go into anti-lag, it builds boost. If you launch it, it stays in boost throughout the whole run. So on the street, yes, it's a bit more laggy, but on the track, once it builds boost, you keep the boost, and that's
Better
it.
to drive with a big turbo car, Dave.
Yeah,
Not
because-
that small turbo that's always kicking in. You've got
Yeah,
actually a
but-
smoother ride.
Yeah, with a big turbo, it doesn't hit boost as quickly. So when you're just driving down the road at normal speeds, the turbo doesn't even work. The turbo is just spinning, doing nothing.
Consumption. So we ran a 10.5 at the beginning of 2018. Thereon we won, actually I won 4 out of the 5 rounds at Junior Wars for the all-wheel drive class
Was that for
for
2018?
2018. Yeah.
4 out of
And
5.
I won drag wars as well for first place for all-wheel drive. So we actually, that was one of our best years we had.
So
up to
that's
date.
5 event wins in one single
Yes.
year.
And that's not even
And it's
including-
big events. It's
Yeah.
it's not small.
It's
It's, not
actually-
small events. It's some of the biggest events that we host in South Africa.
Yes, exactly. So another thing is, that's not even to mention the smaller events in between we did, like the smaller
Of course,
racetracks.
going to
Yes.
test the quad, small
we won,
events.
we won a cash day that year as well at Extreme Raceway.
Okay.
So we had a couple of big guys there, but there wasn't actually classes. It was run what you do. So
Okay.
that was actually good for me to win that as well.
Yeah, because I mean you went up against a lot bigger
Yes,
cars
yes,
or
yes.
more drag setups than this.
Exactly,
So,
yeah. Trailer cars at least.
Yeah.
And then from 2019 onwards, we also won, I think, 3 Tuner Wars. The fourth one I didn't compete in. I had feeling issues on the car,
Okay.
like I said. The fifth one, we had bad luck on it. The fueling issue broke my motor on the fifth Tuner Wars, so that we ended up 2019.
that was 2019.
Yeah. We ended 2019 with a bad ending. But like we said, we came back stronger in 2020. In the beginning of the year, we sorted out all that problems. I went for the 100 mil cooler, Junior Welding Works built for me. So, then COVID happened. We didn't have any racing for a couple of months. But first event out at Midville, we ran 10 after sorting our fueling issues out.
The 10-0,
Yeah.
that one.
No, that's the before that we
Oh.
ran an event on 10-2.
10-2,
A
okay.
couple of times on that day. And then afterwards there was another event where we ran the
10-0. And then you also won Cash Kings at Midway,
Yes.
which was
End of 2020.
mid-December, I'm guessing. You won that one.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the plans for this year, the plans of racing. Is there any racing going down? I have heard of some events. I don't know if it's confirmed. You guys know more than me. What's the plans to send it into the 9s this year?
Well, we are having an event at the end of Jan, hoping by the 30th.
Which is in about a week's time.
So we're starting prepping now on the car.
Okay.
That's why I'm glad we did it down yesterday.
Yeah.
The power figure shows me we will definitely go into a 9 second. And I'm hoping for a 9.8. If quicker, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
The speed must go over 230, otherwise we're not going to reach what I want to reach. But I think with the extra 100 horsepower we got, we'll probably go.
It should go. In theory, it should go. If the clutches and everything else holds, it should go 9s. I mean, it was destined that day at Midville. Unfortunate events happened, but the setup is right for 9s from what I know and what I've seen. So I believe we've gone over everything with this car. If you guys want to see this car hit the 9s, leave a like, subscribe down below, because as I promised you guys, I will follow this car around all over South Africa until Gerrit drives a 9. I don't think it's going to be too long, but if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Gerrit, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck for the 9s, man. Thanks. I think it's close. I'm actually getting goosebumps just thinking back of the dyno yesterday. It was amazing. Thanks for the trip in the car. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and reflect your passion.